Legion. Azrael here, like always, and we just got done watching, excuse me, and hanging out and checking out, inside episode 5. Episode 5 was good. Episode 6, I actually haven't went back and checked. I actually want to know if anybody's, I completely forgot to go back and look at some of the later comments on the preview to episode 6 reaction that I did. I made a reference to World of Warcraft's The Lich King, which is a White Walker kind of ice magic looking kind of guy. But he's a necromancer. He's an undead lich, pretty much. And he reanimated a dragon. That was my call out. That was my hint, without saying the dragon part. That was Lich King, World of Warcraft. That's the only connection I made to episode 6. I wonder how many people got that. I actually kind of want to go back and check. I mean, I kind of could right now, but. Yeah, it's just a bunch of weirdness, man.
Arya has this piece of very incriminating evidence against Sansa. So she goes looking for it and she doesn't find it, but she finds a bag full of severed faces instead, which is creepy.
Oh, I didn't see that before.
Without any sounds.
I didn't recognize it.
Not what you're looking for.
And as they get into the discussion about what these faces are, she starts to see Arya as a real physical danger to her.
The game of faces didn't turn out so well for the last person who asked me questions.
Tell me what they are.
Going into the final episode, I think Sansa is bringing with her a real fear about the idea that Arya might really want to murder her. It's a fear that Littlefinger expertly stokes.
Is that what she thinks?
I don't know what she thinks. I don't know her anymore.
We knew that if we were going to send them north to have them trudging across snow-filled landscapes would take you so far, especially once there's a big zombie polar bear in the middle of it. At a certain point, you have to find the army of the dead. We were thinking, how can you possibly survive that situation? That was the thing that was the hardest for us. We came gradually to the idea that the one way they might survive is to be in the middle of an island, and then you put 5,000 or 10,000 whites on that ice coming after them. That might.
What is this, a rally?
Something that would break the ice in a way that
5,000 whites.
At a certain point, they're just fighting for their survival. Once they retreat all the way to the middle of the lake, there's nowhere farther to run. She's always been willing to
clan rally over here.
What she thinks is right. And in terms of going north to rescue them, a number of people up there have different claims on her heart. Jorah's been by her side from the beginning, and he saved her life so many times, I think she would feel as if it was a betrayal if she didn't at least try to save him. And then, of course, there's Jon Snow. You definitely get the sense that he's become quite important to her in a pretty short amount of time. He sees that they're all going to die if the dragon doesn't take off. The rational decision at that point is you guys go to safety and I'll try to keep them off you as long as I can. He's the guy who jumps on the grenade to save the rest of them.
So how does he...
That's always been Jon.
Explain what you're thinking about him surviving so easily. That's what I want to know.
The thing with Cold Hands is it all has to somehow work in a pretty compressed time frame because there just isn't time. We need the emotional connection. Cold Hands has to somehow convince him very quickly to do what I say, and the easiest way for him to do that is to show his face.
Uncle Benjamin.
Jon kind of has to respect the decision because he just did the same thing. For Cold Hands, I think it's almost a relief in some ways because he's been trapped in this kind of purgatory state between life and death for quite some time. And like so many of the characters in the show waiting to find out what his purpose is, why is he still alive when he should be dead? And for him, it seems like he's found his purpose in these last 2 seasons by saving first Bran and now Jon.
Can he be killed though? Is he in this purgatory? Is he like a Highlander and die and become a White Walker, or is he just going to be tortured?
When she sees him return on the back of Cold Hand's horse, that's a big moment for her in terms of the way she feels about him.
I don't think either one of them really knew exactly how powerful their feelings were towards each other until these moments. Just the notion of falling for someone, that involves weakness. It's not something a queen does, but she feels that happening, and he feels it happening for her.
There's some big shit that I'm going to say at the end of this episode.
Both of them are on kind of unfamiliar ground, and especially because it's with an equal.
It's kind of hard for her at that point, I think, not to look at this guy and realize that this is not like the other boys.
The dragons are my children.
Are they
They're the only
bullshit?
children I'll ever have. Do you understand?
The whole path of the show, in some way, has been trying to map out all the episode endpoints.
The best scene in this entire show series.
Blue Eye, and realizing that the Night King has finally gotten his own weapon of mass destruction.
What was fun about the sequence, in an awful way to us, is that up until the end, it's very close to one of those battles where all the good guys get out the other side and more or less scot-free. But we knew that killing the dragon is going to have a tremendous emotional impact, because over the seasons and seasons of the show, it's really been emphasized what they are to Dany. We knew
call her
that
Dany.
The Night King would see and seize this opportunity. Like to think that when the dragon dies, that it's kind of a 1-2 punch, because on the one hand, you're just seeing the horror of one of these three amazing beings like this in the world going under the water and not coming up again, and processing that. Then you're processing something that's even worse, which is when it comes back out from under the water again, and we see in the last shot of the episode what it becomes.
I can't wait for fucking Sunday, dude. Woo! It's gonna be so good. So good. Alright, so one of the things that I was thinking about, this is what somebody told me. And apparently this was information from the show, not the books. So for anybody that doesn't remember this, or maybe has a hard time, like, I cannot remember these fuckers' names. They're just too unique and different. I feel like I'm watching an anime, and I can't even remember the name of the fucking anime because it's in Japanese and it's Bahamut. That's all I know. It's Bahamut. It's a great anime. Noki Hikaru, whatever, Bahamut. Look up Bahamut anime. Great dragon anime. Fucking incredible. Second season's out. But yeah, all these effing names, bro. I can't. They call her Dany. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna be lazy like they are. They're the fucking creators of this goddamn show. I'm gonna be just as lazy. So what somebody was telling me, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this is looking more like a Luke and Leia situation from Star Wars, which was that in like season 1 or something, when you saw Jon Snow's dad having an affair, it was with Dany's mother, apparently, which makes that Jon Snow and the Khaleesi, Dany, are actually like half brother and half sister, is what I believe I was told from somebody that was also a big fan. They might have gotten their information wrong. But the way they were saying it was that at one of the flashbacks, it showed Jon Snow's dad having an affair with Khaleesi's mother. Now, I don't actually remember that all that much. That's just secondhand information. For anybody that's like, what the fuck? Go look it up. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me see the comments about that. But that's just, I don't know if that was a friend just trying to screw with me, or that was just something that he was, I think he said he was told that, but who knows, right? But that would be kind of crazy. You'd have brother and sister fighting. And, well, that would make that, well, that would make Khaleesi half sister to the brother that was killed, right? Yeah, because she was born from the Warden of the North, which means she was only half the sibling, and not. That would mean that she is not blood related to the Mad King, if that's how it's supposed to go. If that's how it's supposed to be, then she's not blood related to the Mad King. She is, yeah. It'd be really crazy if the Mad King had an affair with Jon Snow's mother. Now, because then he wouldn't be Warden of the North, would he? He'd be part of the Mad King. That'd be a crazy trip, wouldn't it? Everybody thought that Jon Snow's dad was the Warden of the North, but really his dad was really the Mad King, and Khaleesi's father was really the Warden of the North. That'd be a whole fucking kind of thing. I mean, Jon Snow would be technically entitled. He'd be the only male left to rule. That'd be a crazy twist. Oh, damn. Now I'm kind of wondering if that... that'd be kind of a cool little twist. I think they're going to go with the whole twist of, oh, they're really half brother and half sister. Unlike Luke and Leia that were full, separated, but gives a fuck. Star Wars. But yeah, and so I think that's how it's going to go. That Khaleesi isn't going to be... Oh, wait, am I misremembering that? Or family tree that? Oh, I think I am actually family tree that situation. Her dad is the Mad King. But I don't know why I jumped straight to that. Her mother had another child. The way I was thinking about it, I don't know why I thought this, was that, the way I explained it was that the Warden of the North was actually her father. That was the way I was explaining it the whole time. And then but I wasn't thinking it that way. No, yeah. So apparently Khaleesi Dany's mother had 3 children, not 2. And one of them is Jon Snow. That's how I was told. I was explaining it the same way as if Khaleesi was also born from the Warden of the North. Yeah, that's how I was explaining it, even though I was thinking of it both different ways, because then I explained it the same way technically twice. So yeah, okay. Family tree crap, man. Jesus Christ. I knew somebody that had... That story was way too weird to even remember how it went straight. But a kid I knew, his mother was dating her ex-husband's son that he had a kid with years before they ever got together with a different woman. Which means that his mom was dating my friend's half-brother, was his stepdad. Family tree shit just boggles the mind. Can you do this? Can you? Either way, it just boggles my fucking mind. I'm going to get out of here before my head explodes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. You like the video, like the content, you always like, subscribe, share. Remember, it's completely up to you. I do appreciate it, though. It does help me out in some way or another. And I appreciate you guys hanging out and just being a part of the channel in general, whether you are followed or subscribed or just watching the videos. I appreciate that. Giving me a view at the very least, I appreciate it. Once again, my name is Azrael, and I'll see whatever video I'm doing next, which is actually I'm going to do more Game of Thrones stuff. Yeah. Later.